Hi everyone, this is Tim Riley with Angel Tarot Readings by Tim, and thanks for joining this week. This is our weekly Angel Oracle forecast for the month, well not the month, but I want to talk to you about that, but this is going to be for the week of March 11th through the 17th. Now speaking of month, if you haven't watched the monthly forecast, I do have that out, and you may want to stop this video and watch that first. I've included it in the link in the description box. I've included that link below. Hopefully I'll remember to put it up above, but in case I don't, it is down below. So watch that first. That'll give like an extra layer of knowledge here for this week's reading. And this week I'm going to be using the Oracle card deck by Kyle Gray, the Angels and Ancestors. I want to use this all month long. I want to start picking a card deck and utilizing that energy for the month. And this deck here, I really enjoy working with it. It's got a lot of old history and in-depth knowledge with it because you're working with your ancestors and your guides here. So when asking, I have already pre-selected the 4 cards, and I asked for this week, this one here, you know, what is our current situation energy for the week? And what we're getting here, let me go ahead and move that back. What we're getting here is a she-wolf. And just kind of give you an idea, this says to unleash the wild within. Just a beautiful artwork here. And I think this is, artwork by Lily Moses. And I want to give her credit for this because just beautiful. I love the half-human woman and the wolf here. So this is saying don't be afraid to unleash your wild side for this week. And with that, because I do feel that this has to deal with being forceful. So there may be something that you may need to, fight for this week. So don't be afraid to move within that. But this is, she's saying to unleash your wild side and your desires. And don't be afraid to show the world who you are. If you're a shy and timid person, but you have this wild child energy, now may be the week that comes out because she, again, being half human, half wolf, she's not afraid to hunt down what she wants to go after. So that's the other message for this. She's, again, very wild, and she can also be unfiltered. So because she's unfiltered and rebellious even, because she does love to break boundaries and kind of do her own thing, this is also saying that you might be speaking your truth, but maybe too much and too openly when other people may not want to hear it. So you might want to watch the filter on your mouth. So, because she has a tendency to just let things slip out and be blunt and just tell it like it is. So she does have a rebellious side to her. She's kind of the wild child here. So you may be finding that you're wanting to do your own thing. So this is not a time to hold back. If you are looking at moving forward with hopes and dreams, she's saying that now is the time to do it and to move forward. Now, with that being said, if you remember from the monthly forecast, it had a lot of patience and planning energy. So yes, we do want you moving forward, but you should have, hopefully, we're in the middle of this month, getting into that, hopefully have sat down and started to structure out what your plans are for this month, because I felt like there was going to be some journaling, some starting projects and getting things off the ground. So if you haven't done that yet, you should be by now. So this is going to be a time for you to actually start taking what you have put in and planned and start setting it into motion. Okay. I do feel that also with her energy here, because it has a forceful energy, you may have to fight for what it is that you are wanting. So you may need to be assertive without being aggressive. And that being said, I also feel like you may be running into some aggressive people this week. There could be people that want to bully you into doing things their way. So, but she's going to want to do her thing her own way. So this is saying, if you are in an aggressive situation, you may need to defend yourself because there's very much drive and energy with this card. Definitely move forward with your goals and your desires. And I almost visualize this card with her energy as like a sports team when they're in the locker room getting ready to go out and for the game. It's that, okay, I'm set, I'm ready, let's get this done, let's do it. So you may find that you have that, which is great. So there's going to be some spark, momentum going on with this week, but you may be challenged in some ways. So you need to ask yourself, you know, if you haven't gotten to the point where you're ready to set your goals and get them moving, we need to ask what is stopping us from this ambition? What's keeping us from achieving our goals and desires? How are we being challenged? Maybe you're being pushed too hard by someone or something. And maybe someone or a situation is challenging you to, I won't say a fight, but a confrontation. So there's caution with this, but there's also joy and prosperity with this too, if we allow it. So that's when I ask the question, what's our main theme? It's kind of get it done. So when I asked what should we avoid, what challenges that we may face for this month, or this, I keep saying month because my head's still on the monthly forecast for this week, what challenges may we face, or what should we avoid? Now, interesting enough, this is summer. It says bask in joy and light. This is not a negative card. So as far as what we should avoid and what challenges that we should face, this is saying that we need to, because with summer, and we are just now heading into spring here in the United States, the challenges with what I feel here is that what we want may not occur until summer. So there could be some delay in some aspect with this. But there's this energy here with this is also saying as far as like getting yourself outdoors. So if you have that opportunity to get outdoors, do so. And this brings your projects and plans into light. And this is all about enjoying the fruits of your labor. But again, I think the challenge might be, when we get into summer months, you get all that heat and that drought. So there may need to be more watering. As like a gardener, we need to tend to our garden. So we may be needing to be more attentive to our goals and our plans. Again, if we're looking at a time frame, some of you might be wanting this next week or next month, but this is saying you may not get it until 3 months from now, even 4 months from now. So there could be a delay in some way with this here. But the energy with this here is definitely about, again, being more patient. And this is where the patience is coming in here. So being a little bit more patient with our plans and still continue to plant those seeds and continue to do more planning on, what is it that I want with this plan over the next month, 2 months, 3, 6, 1 year. It's also about being very certain before you make the next step. So, getting outside may actually help you clear your head too. So this will help with this. This is also about being stable and supportive, and I do feel that for some of you, this is going to be on a financial level. So now may be the time to get a good look at your bank accounts, credit card accounts, perhaps even consider refinancing between now and the next 4 months. Okay? Now, I ask, what action should we take? We get Archangel Raphael here. So let me put this into focus. We have the Medicine Guardian. It says, be open in healing information. Definitely Archangel Raphael. And this card here, with this being open to healing information, I feel that this is asking us to tap into our intuition this week and listen and feel for what your body is trying to tell you in regards to a message, okay? So there could also be some trustworthy healing advice that we might get for this week. Now, if we're talking about healing and we're talking about what action should we take, this is also nurturing. This is, again, taking better care of. And I will tell you, I kind of feel like this is going to be, if you're working on any type of spiritual or physical or emotional healing, you can ask your angels, your healing spirit guides. I have a grandmother that used to be a nurse. Anytime I have a health issue, I call upon her and Archangel Raphael to help you with this week, okay? So this is saying there needs to be something healed this week in areas of whether it be relationship, career, finance, even your body. I know right now my body's going through some changes health-wise. I just got through with pneumonia, but I'm experiencing very severe muscle aches and pain, which I can't explain. I'm not sure where this is coming from. Part of me thinks I may need a new mattress, of course, too. But I'm working on that. And that's what this is saying is, rather than just hoping it goes away, start to take a look at why that is occurring. So ask your body, what's going on there. Now, with this also, I do want to tell you, I really am being guided that this has to deal with aging for some of you. There's something here about paring down what's not essential. So this is also, I feel like they're saying, if you haven't acted wisely, this may be a difficult transition for some of you. Because I feel kind of aging with this card. And what I mean by that is I'm especially kind of focused on those of you that it may be difficult for my generation, which is the 40 plus group, and especially people in their 50s and 60s for this week. You might be having some health stuff going on. So this is asking us to also take time to reassess what isn't working related to health. And we may find some other things that have outlived their purpose. It's kind of a reality check here. And what I mean by that is I know that and I hope I never get to this because I love, love, love spicy food. But, my mom used to and loved spicy food just like I did and do still, but she can't do it. And I know a lot of older people, they just can't handle spice. And it could also be other things too. Metabolism slows down, not being able to eat the way that you used to or handle foods or situations. And what I mean by situations is not being able to do yard work like you used to, and having aches and pains. So, this is asking us to take a look at, what we may be needing to change. And for some of you with healing, and I'm again, they're pointing me toward age, older individuals. There could be, some of us, we might be dealing with some sickness with older individuals. Nursing homes for some of you. You may have a relative that you may be needing to put into a nursing home. But there's something with endings with this. So don't get discouraged if there are obstacles here, okay? And I asked what our outcome is for this week. And the card we get here is High Priest. And it says, of course, to intend and create. Set your intention. What is it that we're wanting to create this week? And they're pointing me with this card with Mercury retrograde for some reason. So I feel like that's where the delay comes in. Yes, that's where the delay comes in. And because we're in Mercury retrograde, you may be feeling this week like things are going wrong, but it's very much a period of rest and reassessment. So you might have that experience, or you just might be having some glitches, mixed or missed messages that may be coming through, or just things not turning out as the way that you planned. And that's why I feel like we may need to kind of slow down. And when we're in Mercury retrograde right now, this is telling us it's all about going back, reassessment, retreat. But the thing is, when we talk to people about Mercury retrograde, it isn't that the planet is spinning backwards. It just appears. It's that illusion. So that's also what this card is telling us too, is that this is just perhaps maybe an illusion. And that's how Mercury appears to us. So if we feel like we're not getting anywhere, remember, we actually are, okay? So that's what this is here, is if you're feeling discouraged and you feel like you're not, you really are here. But this is also about recognizing that we have the power within to change. And because we have, I know in this deck there's also the High Priestess, but because we have the priest here, we have a lot of masculine energy with this card too, which again goes back to the drive and the action, but you also have the female side of that drive and action. So there's very much balance with this. So again, this week, reassess your thoughts and ideas before moving forward. And there's a lot of manifesting that's going to be occurring for us. And you can ask your angels and your guides to work with you through that and on that. Thanks, everybody. And if you would like a personal reading from me, you can find my information down below. I'm at timothyriley444@gmail.com. You can also find me on Facebook. Please do connect with me there. If you like the video, please do give it a thumbs up and do subscribe. Thanks, everyone. See you next week. Bye now.